Good evening, welcome back to In the Khud. This is September 5th, 2022, 8:43 p.m. and I haven't written anything down in Notion, so this is going to be a Blender default cube scene in front of me. Because why not? So the title of this video is If Everything is Urgent, Nothing is Urgent. There's going to be a lot of noise from the window. There's going to be a lot of noise from outside the room. Deal with it. That's how life is. As much as I could make the video quality, audio quality good, I've done it. Beyond that, things are just not in my control. When everything is urgent, nothing is urgent. Today was that kind of a day. I woke up in the morning and I did that documentation of this keyword. That video is already live on In the Khud. This is the second video on the same day. There was an internet issue. That's why I couldn't see Cubic Worlds as much as I wanted to. I did see one video where he was adding a little bit of animation using again the noise modifier to that character. The progress there is there, but it's very slow. We have to pace it up a little. It became 10 o'clock editing that video, this keyword video, because there's a lot of text on it and it's a long video, 12-minute video. So from 10 to 10:20, like 10:30, I got like half an hour or 20 minutes of sleep, and I knew I had to get up at 10:30 because Rushikesh from my team is on a leave for 3 days, and that was the premise of the whole day's struggle, so to put it, right? The entire day, all I was doing is figuring out his work, the projects that he was working on last week, and putting them like to the shore or through, like getting them through. So the big thing was the Teachers Day video, which was supposed to go live today, 12:30. There was these so many people calling me, oh my god, and I wouldn't pick up any calls before 10:30. 10:35 is when I picked up the first call, and then they were like, okay, this video will get done. Then that trend just continued. I wish I could just document my screen over here with WhatsApp on like in real time, messages from like every person in the agency. We have this on priority, that on priority, and I'm not replying to anyone because, as I said, it's like I have been stretched so thin, right? This time last year I had gotten quite like used to, but like let's say June 2021 when I had joined, if someone would send me a message from the agency or someone would call me from the agency, that to me would be like, oh my god, somebody from my job is calling me or they want this from me. But over this past 1.5 years, I have been stretched so thin, like trying to be the most helpful, the most caring, the most, I will do it, don't worry about it, I will figure it out for you person, that I've like gone completely numb at this point. I'm like I'm ignoring messages, I'm ignoring calls, the phone is ringing, I'm like, I'm not picking it up because I am tired of telling you that I do not have the bandwidth to do this. Again, ties back to the fact that there was one more video editor interview today, editor/motion graphic artist. Then at the end of the day, I got this notice that we have to either choose that person or Garima, whom we interviewed a couple or 3 days back. And that's kind of a tough decision, so I'm waiting on an input on when can join, and depending on that we'll take a call. Other than that, the whole day, as I said, went in figuring out. Now I want to do one thing through the days. There was this very complex template inside After Effects, but I just love doing this, man, recording. This is my jam, my thing in the Khud. Bruh. Yeah, this slideshow video. Now the problem that I was facing here for a long time is, you look at this layer here, camera 1. It's a 2-point camera, alright. It has point of interest animated through these weird keyframes, position, Z rotation, and all these things is happening. Now what I wanted to do is basically have a way to bake this inside of After Effects, just like we bake simulations inside Blender, so that every single time I'm playing this, After Effects is not generating those frames, it already has that information in it. But turns out there is no way to bake, like maybe there is. I tried looking up, I couldn't find anything. So you just have to deal with After Effects the way it is, and then as After Effects is not GPU compatible, it uses the CPU to render this out, and even the CPU, it just uses a fraction of it, not the whole thing, which is where I think After Effects really sucks. It's not good at all because of the way it renders or way it uses your resources. Does not make any sense. So it took like, I don't know, 1.5-2 hours to render this thing out, and even that is like gonna have changes on it, so thing to worry about, tomorrow or day after. Life at this point is good. I mean, just before recording this, I had almost like an hour conversation with Prathamesh, one of my teammates. Initially we were discussing about whom to hire, Garima or Lloyd, and I analyzed all the pros and cons for both of them. I actually have even an Illustrator file which I think I can show. Shouldn't be a problem as such. So this is this weird thing, right? Illustrator just So I did these analysis, right? Assignment of both of them. Assignment, Garima used an original thing right inside Premiere, and Lloyd used a template. Both of their videos were actually good. Okay. Background, she went to film school. He's a mass media, so mostly passionate person. Thought put into edit, yes. I added VO from the internet, used a template to make it fancy. Design sense is pretty good because of how her portfolio looks, which is amazing. I'm not going to show that, of course, because it's not ethical, not very evident for Lloyd. Our conclusion at the end of this discussion was that depending on when they can join, we will take a call. If Lloyd can join immediately, then we'll hire him, because it's up to me to take that call. I've been asked to. But if Lloyd takes 20 days or even like a couple of weeks, we're going ahead with Garima. And personally, if you ask me, I want Garima to join, because I get a lot of positive vibes, like a creator first me sort of vibes from Garima. So, and yeah, after that I had like just random conversations about his life, about his career, my life and my career, and nice to have that human conversation with people sometimes and not just keep talking to the camera every single time. On that pessimistic and on that pitiful sympathy Patra note, I shall end today's documentation. Thank you so much for being in the call. I will catch you tomorrow. Peace.